this beautiful day. We have to yell a little bit. It's a little warm out, reefers are all running, trucks running. It's going to be a loud world today. Woo! That was a good day off. We got a lot accomplished. What we got accomplished was pretty simple. We worked on my yard. And we did do a little bit of swimming like little Bud said last week we would. But the yard work was needed. Little tree trimming we got done. You know, as much as we could get done in one day. But it needed to be done type of thing, you know what I mean? We're gonna set this inside the cab because, like little Bud said last week, it's time to rewrap that with tape. I'm getting black on my hands. I'm a truck driver, I can't get my hands too dirty. You know, the good part about not owning a trailer is that the trailer's always loaded for me, ready to go when I get to the yard. You know, I went home in high hopes of bringing the rain gods to my house because we haven't seen rain for a while. I haven't been home for a while between Colorado, then going right back to work last week. So I went home for a day hoping to bring the rain gods back. No, we haven't brought the rain gods back yet. I'm hoping to get it some kind of moisture. It's supposed to cool down the next 2 weeks, so I'm hoping to get some moisture at home. Me, I have nothing to worry about in the wise of moisture. I'll let you know what I'm looking at here in a second. And the problem is, a lot of people around us do have something to worry about. You know, my yard, I just have a yard. I have a little baby garden that I can water easy if I need to. But the people around us with cornfields, bean fields, cattle, they really do need a rain. And I'm praying that they do get that rain here shortly because things are getting rough.
Hello.
I just want to let you know now.
Hello.
Yes.
It's your girl.
The brat child is back.
Yeah.
You know, that one that just drives me nuts and annoys me. Yeah, she's back. I got in my truck after talking to you guys and I think she blew my speakers.
I did not.
My stereo was cranked so loud.
Your girl likes to jam.
Today's agenda, you remember last week, I told you, yeah, it's still true. Today's agenda, we're going to go to Greenfield, Indiana. We're going to drop this load off, and then we're going to go south into Indiana and pick a reload up that comes right back to Sioux City, Iowa. So, we're running from Sioux City, Iowa to Greenfield, Indiana. We're hauling a load of food, people food this time. But we aren't going to go all the way to Greenfield, Indiana tonight. We're starting later in the day, and guys, I got to get back to a little bit of a routine. It just has to happen. I've been running all night, parking the truck when the sun's coming up, and it gets rough. It really does get rough. And as you guys know, you guys that run all night, or you people that work in your stores or factories all night, you know that overnight shift can get really rough. Anything to say before we start our day?
In the camera, my skin looks perfect. Also, we're gonna do a face mask. Yeah.
Tell us more about this face mask.
Okay, so I got this face mask because I was shopping like I normally do because I love shopping. Okay, but it's purple and it's all glitter. Like if you put it on your face, it's like holographic glittery stuff. And like, I asked my dad if he could do it with me, and he said yes. And so I brought it with me, and we're gonna do it.
That's right, guys. Apparently I'm going to get a beautiful face mask on this already perfected face. I just don't see how you can perfect this anymore.
Question.
Question.
Will we get Chinese food on this ride?
I don't know where we get Chinese food on this ride.
I don't know either.
Alright guys, well we're going to go ahead and get to trucking because this conversation is going nowhere fast. I'll be back with you in a little bit. Well, now that we're out of the Iowa hills and we're kind of into the Iowa flats, the truck shouldn't talk too much to where I can actually talk to you guys a little bit. I hope you guys don't mind this whole new little way we're doing this. You'd be kind of shocked. Little Bud taught me it when he was with me, how to do the video out the window, then to turn around and put it into a little box down in this corner down here. Where you guys can kind of see the scenery. It's not much for scenery right now, but that way you guys don't have to just stare at me talking. And I've tried the whole just talking to the microphone while we're looking straight out the window, and I'm not in it at all. Because trust me guys, I'm okay if this was not in the screen, but I talk with my face a lot. I don't just talk with my voice, I talk with my face. I'm always making facial gestures or moving my hands around. And when I'm editing it, if I don't talk, basically if I don't talk to the screen, it just sounds like I'm monotone and kind of boring. And I try not to be boring on these. Believe it or not, I am trying not to be boring. Well, the truck's kind of quiet right now because Tater Tot is... well, she's in the back taking a nap. I don't use the net thing when she's taking a nap, but I do have her buckled up pretty good because for you guys who know, who have a W900 with an 86-inch studio sleeper, those couches do have seat belts. So I do have her strapped in while she's taking a nap. You know, there was another company, or I'm sorry, another owner-operator hooking up to a trailer next to us when we were grabbing this trailer back at the yard. And Tater Tot, she goes, well, why is that company truck hooking up to one of Guntran's trailers and his name's different on the truck? And I looked at her and I go, sweetie, you know that's us, right? We do the same thing. We have our company name on the truck and we hook onto a trailer that has a different name. And she goes, well, most owner-operators, don't they own trucks like yours? Not those aerodynamic ones. And I kind of chuckled a little bit. And I go, no, not all the time, sweetie. I mean, some of them out here, they want to make a lot of money. And in order to make a lot of money, you can get some really good fuel economy out of the aerodynamic trucks. Me, someday I could see myself maybe in a Kenworth T660, you know, but that's probably about as aero as I'm probably going to get. And to do that, I mean, I want to be guaranteed at least 8 miles a gallon out of that truck. You know, if I can only get 7, heck, with about, 10, 15 grand, I can get 7 out of this truck right here. So I'm not going to go buy a completely aerodynamic truck for that. But that's for a completely different day. I think we might talk about that a little bit tomorrow. We might dabble in the aerodynamics of trucks, and some of them, you know, have the square hoods like the Peterbilt or the Kenworth, and some of them are aerodynamic. We'll get into that tomorrow though. But yeah, I just wanted to tell her that no, not all owner-operator trucks look the same. Because, you know, to pull these trailers that I'm pulling, you know, you have to have your own DOT number, your own authority, your own insurance, your own everything. All you're doing is just hooking onto his trailers. He doesn't have anything else to do with the truck. I like that. I've told you guys that before, how much I really like that. And it works out really good. You know, sometimes the dispatchers forget what you tell them, which is, geez, if I had to dispatch as many trucks as what these guys do, I'm not 100% sure. I think the company I'm with back there that owns the trailers, I think they have like 25 owner-operators, and I think they have 15, 20 of their own company trucks. But there's still only 2 dispatchers that do all that, so that's a lot of dispatch and stuff. It's just kind of funny. Sometimes they just kind of forget, which is fine. You know, I told them that I can work, you know, I told them I can work 3 days this week, then I'm going to be off for a week. And then I get a text later on asking, you know, where I want to go after this, and I just got to tell them, no, remember, I'm gone. I go, oh yeah. But in the wise of why is Tater Tot with me? Tater Tot's with me because I think this is her last free week. School's starting back up. Well, not school, but sports. And she's going to be a high schooler this year, guys. That's right. I am going to have a high schooler. That is just crazy. That's crazy to me. I'm actually going to have a high school daughter this year. She's got a good head on her shoulders. She really does. And I'm still gonna worry, but I'm not gonna worry like my parents had to worry with me. I wasn't a great kid, I'm not gonna lie. But why is she with me? You know, I think it's her last free week before sports really kick in, and she's got to do a lot of that stuff. Not sure how they're gonna do sports this year. You know, in the schools, they're going to tell them to social distance and wear masks when they have to. But how are you going to do that playing volleyball or when football season starts for little bud? Not too sure how they're going to pull that one off, but I guess we'll see, right? So she's going to pal around with the old man for a week and drive me nuts. I'll be back with you guys in a little bit. Don't you be going to Chicapa. Don't you be going anywhere. Well, I was getting a little worried about Tater Tot there. See, up here on Highway 20 in Iowa, if you're ever running across it, just to let you guys know, it's a fairly new highway. It's not extremely old. They did a great job at doing it, but when they built this, it's a 4-lane highway now. It used to be 2 lanes. When they built this road, they basically found a place in the middle of nowhere and built the road. There's a stretch up here on 20 where you can drive, I think I kept track of it one time, I didn't this time, but you can drive up to, I think it's around 125 miles, and if you're in a big truck, there's nowhere to get over. You're not going to pull over, you know, off to a rest area. There's no rest areas up here. But in the wise of truck stops, there's nothing, you know. And the gas stations for that 100 miles, they are about 8 miles off of the 4-lane, and they are not truck friendly. Let's just put it that way. Poor little tater tot here tells me, Dad, I gotta use the restroom. And you remember the whole girl part. Apparently you gotta find a restroom. Well, she told me that right smack in the middle of that 120 mile stretch I was just telling you about. She had to hold it for a little bit. She still refused to go on the side of the road. I said, we can pull over on the side of the road. She's like, I'll go to sleep.
As long as I don't move, I'm okay.
As long as she doesn't move, she's okay, she tells me. I don't know, I couldn't do it. Alright, well, like I said, we're up here in Iowa yet. We got a little bit before we get over to the Illinois border. But before... Get away from me. And since Tater Tot has to wear a mask to school now, she gets to be a panda. A weird panda. A very, very weird panda. Alrighty guys, well, I think we're going to call this home tonight. Right now we're in Knoxville, Illinois at a Love's Truck Stop, the same one we just pulled in a second ago. We drove probably about 450 miles today. We only got about 4 more hours left till we get to Greenfield, Indiana. And it's early enough to where we can actually get a decent start tomorrow morning if everything goes right. That brat child right there is still in the truck, and I have not thrown her out yet. And I don't know how I have not thrown her out yet, but I haven't.
If you do, I'm so beautiful. It's like anybody would take me home. Probably not, but I could get home.
You're in a truck stop. Probably not the best place to get out and look for a ride.
Yeah, no, probably not.
Yeah, probably not. It was a great day. A great day, guys. I really, other than her being a little brat child, I actually do love the kid, and I love bringing her with me. And what are you looking at?
What am I looking at?
You're not going to hit me, right?
No.
Okay. And I actually do love the kid. Yeah. I don't trust the kid behind me, but I do love the kid. Other than that, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and cut you loose tonight. You guys all be safe. I mean it, be safe. And as always, I'll see you next time.
God. Like trash. No.
Retake.